Straight to our top story then, where we speak to Infosys' co-founder and startup evangelist Kris Gopalakrishnan. Kris, who has started an accelerator program with his Infi colleague Shibulal called Accelor last year, spoke to Chandra, in fact, in Bengaluru, about the bets he is making and what the current macro environment means for startups. Take a look.
Approximately a year back, we started Accelor Ventures, and we've now seen 2 batches go through the accelerator program that we have. The accelerator program is targeted towards companies who have an idea and then who want to test out that idea, do market validation, customer validation, and be ready for ready for pilot. So that's the first stage. We have had 2 batches, about 12 companies have gone through this. 3 of them have been actually taken further for funding by Accelor. The third batch is being planned at this point, and third batch will start in probably the 3rd week of March.
Right. In terms of the kind of sectors, you have certain areas of interest, but the kind of interest that you've got so far, is there more of one category, less of one category? What trends are you seeing there? And also, are they mostly from Bangalore, from other cities?
So at Accelor, we decided that we will look at e-commerce, and within e-commerce, we will look at companies that are looking at how to enable the supplier ecosystem. Typically, capital light model. And second, we will look at companies that leverage marketplaces and look at how they can satisfy the consumers.
Compared to all the euphoria and the exuberance we saw a year back, some of that seems to be coming back to normal. Since you work very closely with the startup ecosystem, what are you seeing on the ground? Is this something that has afflicted only the late stage, the unicorns, so to speak, and not so much in the early stages, the starting up stage?
See, given that the global economy is going through a slow phase, definitely there will be some tightening on the funding side, and that will impact the entire startup ecosystem. But this is part of being the global economy, and we will see ups and downs. I don't worry too much about these things, because if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a startup, you have to accept that you will be affected by market conditions.
Finally, sir, for startups watching this show, if they need to be part of the accelerator program, what are the 3 qualities that you really look for in the startups that you evaluate? If there are 3 common virtues that sets them apart, what would they be?
See, we very carefully look at the stage at which they are and what kind of support that they need, so that we can slot them into the right program. Second, it has to fit into our focus areas, right? So even in e-commerce, we are very selective about the companies that we look at, and the other 2 areas are healthcare and clean tech. So it has to fit into our focus areas where we can provide them the support. Third is, if you find a lot of companies in a particular sector, then we try and select where we feel comfortable with the team, where we feel comfortable with the idea, whether we feel comfortable with the business plan that they have.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.